Good morning, people. We're heading out to the workshop, in this case in regards to not a Dave's Diary update at all, which I think I've explained before, but I'm also doing a series of videos, and the ones that I have been loading initially are the Dome series. So this is what the video is for and about, and oh, I didn't tidy up here earlier. So shall I quickly do that while I am yakking to the Dome followers? And it's all about, how would you say, filling in the gaps out of chronological order. I'm doing that so that you can have a little bit of faith and understand that there is some hope for you if you keep on following the videos. Now, just about ready to reveal what I'm talking about, but I made a video the other day and inserted it into the timeline of the Dome videos, and in some of the videos, or in one of the videos, I showed a SketchUp drawing of what I've got right in front of me. So I wasn't bullshitting you. I don't normally swear on the videos, but hey, it's not for kids to be watching anyway. They can, but I don't publish them under that side of things. So occasionally I will reveal my more basic side. Yeah, anyway, sometimes I swear a lot. The miter saw is the tool of choice for creating, in my case, my idea of what I need for the geodesic dome. In the videos, I am going through laborious step-by-step iterations of what I learned on the way through to getting to where I am currently. Now, if where I am currently is what you want, hang in there. If not, well, it's your choice. But it means also that I cover ideas as they were being developed within my own thinking, my own process, and they will become redundant, a waste of time, dead ends, or just dead bloody boring. And I have to accept all of those as being correct. I'm not under any illusion that there is some grandiose view or understanding of the subject. It was a iteration of, it was a learning process, and comes across like a diary, very much like the Dave's Diary updates that I have as a separate grouping. Now, as a dome builder, back that out, I don't know what type of dome you want to build. There are many different approaches, some of which are wiser than the ones I'm choosing. I'm choosing the particular one that I'm going down because of aesthetics. I'm just getting something to show you what my logic is. Now, inadvertently, and which is fortunate for me, I was making an MFT style of top, and I wanted to make it very versatile. And in that, I started thinking, well, some of the facilities of an MFT style top could be used on my miter saw. Oh, how good. So I made the MFT style of tops that can be included onto the cabinetry in the saw. And when I realized that I'm actually restricting the cut of the saw to 90 degrees for my convenience, rather than having the facility of the miter and compound aspect of this saw, I realised that it's going to drive me nuts not being able to occasionally cut a miter. Now, generally, that's all I need is a 45 degree miter. So I have orchestrated it such that the holes drawn on that were drilled into the top allow me to align. That's it. The holes here specifically drawn on the diagonal on this bit to locate the pins in there, and that gives me a 100% perfect 45 degree angle. How do I know it's perfectly 45 degrees? Well, glad you asked and challenged me. What I did, logically, was I bought what are they called? It's not what I'd call a 2-in-1 digital angle ruler. Oh, I would have just said an angle finder. Anyway, it is, as you would probably know, one of these things. They're not very expensive, well, not expensive at all. And I got this one, which is I haven't been. You can see my camera skills aren't all that great. It is the slightly larger one, and I've got a smaller one. It allows me to open up and measure or determine an angle very accurately, down to the last tenth or hundredths of a degree. That's important when you're doing some of your type of domes. I'm actually going to be doing a redraw of the current version I have, where it requires even less specific angles. It comes with its own specific issues, but it's one of those things that you could consider. And it all comes down to having the SketchUp or whatever drawing program you use determine what your drawing of the dome, how to say again, to reword that one, you will determine for your end purpose, your dome that you create through your drawings, the angles required to create it. I'm not prescribing. Well, you could say in some cases you could take it as a prescription of what a dome could be built, or how a dome could be built, but I'm describing so it covers more than one. And if you think, it's kind of what I want, but not really, you can then alter your drawings to your end requirements. Very good idea. Now this setup, rather than just being 45, as you could imagine, you can, as I just said, you can dial it in to whatever angle you want, down to that last fraction of a degree. That's for, well, elegance or efficiency, or just having a nice fitting dome in specifically, of course, at the hub or strut intersection area. If you don't do that, well, it is what it is. And in fact, even getting a precise angle and getting a precise cut in the real world, we all know that sometimes, you weren't holding your mouth in the right shape when you made the cut, and the flaming thing won't fit. So you've got to trim it to suit. This will allow you to do whatever miter you want. I'll just pull that pin out. Now, let me wriggle that pin out. Right down to 0. So yes, it can do a 90-degree cut, as would the miter saw. Yes, it can do all those other increments up to 45, 50, 55, say 60 degrees, where this very capable saw and most other saws will stop being able to cut safely and within its own structure any angle. So 60 degrees, that's what this one can do. Some saws won't even do that. Some will do a couple of degrees more. But on the dome, there may be requirements for lesser angles, or you could say greater angles, depending on how you want to measure it. But it can do that right down to 0. Not only am I drawing and creating a geodesic dome, but I'm also creating other architectural features for the garden, you could say. So in some cases, I require a 5-degree cut. And it's safer to do it in this configuration than trying to jerry-rig a jig or anything for it. And it is, of course, I can change it depending on what specific requirement I need. Now, no, this is just a mock-up of what I'm talking about. You would have a proper fence for cutting your larger timbers. And this is the sort of timber that I'll be talking about. In this case, it's 90 by 35. That's a little bit light. I'd be going with 90 by 45, or 100 by 50, or 90 by 90, 70 by 70, whatever you decide. And therefore, you will probably need a little bit more capability or capacity here. Now, for the most part, I'm going to suggest you don't need this, because you'd actually strip these components off and just use your miter saw in the manner that it was originally designed, because you can lay your timber down flat. It doesn't matter how long it is, therefore, run it out the side there and make your very accurate cuts. So I'm on board with that. So this is not a requirement. It is just that in some situations, odd angles may be required. If not for geodesic domes, this is more capable for other things. I've already run up against that. I've made jigs. I've used this saw to achieve them, and it wasn't as desirable as I wanted, and not quite that safe either. So wanting to keep these things intact, this is why I'm doing this. So I've got a choice now. In fact, I can well imagine that the angles required on the ends of the struts, any miter saw would be able to achieve that. So I'm not making any like grandiose claims that, oh, you've got to do this to be able to do the geodetic. No. A skill saw. Have at it. Determine your angles and get as close as you want and go for it. You can always fit the pieces in, just cut them a wee bit long or a wee bit over size and angle and fit them into place. But my concept was, if I have my miter saw capable to do all the cuts, and or this approach, I've got that capability in the wings, as it were, figuratively and literally on the wings of the saw, that I can do that. This one, if needed, if you're doing the left and right hand, just pops out, goes into this other side, because it's absolutely identical. And you can do your left and right, your handed cuts down below the, normal 60 degree. I don't know of any cut in the type of dome I'm making or drawing that would require this setup. But I didn't, as I said, I included it in the previous, or one of the earlier videos, or couple of videos that I'd made. So therefore, I'm making this one just to show that there's no BS. That is actually something I'm working on. And other stuff. So, yeah, that's basically it. And if you've got other things that you want to build in your workshop, other than the geodesic dome, this might be something you want to follow along and have a look at. And that has been covered in the Dave's Diary entries, and I allude to geodesic domes or garden architecture or features that this could be used for. It is also the big version, which I could show you, but it was embarrassing. Oh, I'll show you anyway. You can't really see it. This is the workbench here that has got the MFT style of top on it. It's covered with a job that I'm actually in the middle of. Need to get going. Instead of making videos, I should be working on this. This needs to be banged out, but underneath it is a really interesting perspective of using the MFT style of top in conjunction. Don't look at the way it's been configured at the moment. It's just loose. But this is a parallel arm. No rocket science in understanding what that is, but that's used for getting very, very accurate cuts for the track saw, router dimensioning setup that I have, and other things. It's also capable of creating some of the cuts if you were to have a hard surface cladding on the dome. So this is not an inconsequential part of the dome building options. For the most part, I think most people will be cladding it with a flexible covering, but there are those that want a more, I'm going to say durable, hard surface, and that may help, and I'd go through that in a video as well. Should it be requested, I'll specifically look at that. I've also got a bigger version of that, so it's able to, take large, anyway, you get the point. There's more to the videos I'm making than just the dome, and hey, you might find it interesting. I was going to make a comment there, forgot what it was, lost my train of thought. What was I thinking? Nah, that'll do. That's it. Oh yeah, just the fact that the Dave's Diary updates covers the creation of and how I got to that stage and how I've got to this point, and it's really accurate down to the last fraction of a millimeter. It is that, and doable in your workshop. There is a step that you may have to do to get it to that degree, but that's covered in those other videos. So go have a look at those other videos, search them out. Dave's Diary Updates, that's what they're titled as, just like these ones are dome titled, with a little bit of a descriptor, and then at the description down below, like the video I just made, I'll outline what the video actually is and whether you would find it beneficial. Sometimes I'll say probably not, to be fair. I am not, if anything, but well, I'm pretty straightforward. However, that it's not beneficial doesn't mean to say it's not of benefit, in that sometimes I'll cover a topic that will be worth knowing, if only to qualify subsequent videos. You could see why it wasn't an idea that should be followed too far. Good to have the knowledge, but it gets superseded. And that's what's happened in the drawings of the domes, that I've taken an approach because I was learning my, the knowledge as I was going through. Then I realized I was overcomplicating it, or I wasn't thinking of it, sophisticated enough. So I've altered it. Now I think I've got a pretty darn good, very straightforward, robust drawing method. So yeah, all of those things has me yakking along, and you're seeing into the workshop. If you've only ever looked at the dome videos, I do actually have a workshop. And yeah, so there you go. I'm going to wander off, go back inside, because it's actually a bit chilly out here at the moment, and I'll get out here and do some work and make more videos available for you to look at or laugh at, one or the other. Yeah. Okay, see you later now. Bye.